In this video, I will be showing you and explaining you how to switch a Word document into a template in order to create an online form or a survey for customers or just only for an event that you want people to fill in. So in order to do so, I've done a little bit of research in the module 10 of our textbook and do it again so to make sure that I really understand it and know how to explain it. So first of all, we want to change the document into a template. So as we see here, it is saved as a document. So in order to do so, we have to go in the Backstage view by clicking on the file and then go into the export on the left pane. So now we have the options here to change file type. So we click on that and we have all the file types that we could switch it. What we want is a template. So we click on template and then we click on save as, and then we just go where we want to save it. So I go document, third year, first semester, and I want to save it where I want. And then I save it. Now as we can see, the switch has been made is now a template. But in order also to create the template, we have to add the developer tab in the ribbon. So we can put placeholder texts that only the people could write it and fill it and touch nothing else. So in order to do so, we also need to go on the Backstage view. We need to click on options at the bottom of the left pane and then click on the customize ribbon. Now here we have all the main tabs as home, insert, design, layout, and everything else, and here we have developer. So we need to place a check mark in the box and then click OK. And now we're ready to go, because as you can see the developer tab has been added. Now we'll go on and click on it. So now we can add our placeholder text or a content control text. So now the first name, I want the customers to only write their first name there. So I click here, a plain text content control, and then it is added. But now it says click or tap here to enter text. But I don't like these instructions. I want it to be something else, to be more clear, more precise of what I want. So I just have to select it, click on design mode, and then I can do whatever I want. So I can say click here and type your first name. With the design mode, we can also go on home, switch the font type, remove the font size, the color. We can design our writing in here. So then I'm done. I click on design mode and then it has been switched to click here and type your first name. Then I have to change the properties of my content control. So I click on properties and now I arrive with this window. So I can add the title, which will be first name, and then I can switch the color, use a different style. So we can really modify and design and change the properties of your content control however you want. Something that is important to do is to lock the content control so it cannot be deleted. So just place a check mark there and click OK. So now I can move on and do the same thing for last name, just switching the title name and click here and type your last name instead of first name. Now I have all other questions to my customers. Now let's say that I work at Sport Expire. So I have a question, what is your favorite type of products at Sport Expire? So I've already added sports clothing, shoes, accessories, and gadgets. But I've added with a checkbox control. So to do so, I've created a table. You can just put a checkbox if you want without table. You just really modify and do your template as you wish. So now I've selected the last place in my table available. And then I go here on the controls and I click on the check mark here in the box. So it will add the check box. So I can design mode, switch it. Let's say I want it to be a little bit smaller. I do that, switch it. Properties. So now what my title will be, let's say I want them to know if they like equipment. I write equipment. I decide to show it as none, so just show nothing else. I can switch the color if I want. I'll remove the content control so it cannot be deleted, and then boom, I switch the properties of it, and then I could just I could just write equipment here. Now that is done. So now my clients will have to choose the choice to click either on sports clothing, on gadgets if they have more than one. So they're very free, and I can also add a header here if I want. And now we can also add drop-down list controls. And instead of putting check boxes, I could have had a drop-down list. So I can ask the question, what was your favorite promotion that you want to see happen again? So I ask this question. Now I can add here my drop down list content control. So it will do first the same thing as the plain text. So if I want to switch what is written, I just click on design mode and say click here and choose your favorite promotion. There you go. Remove the design mode and there you have it. Now I go to properties. I could type promotion, making sure that the content control cannot be deleted. And now this is where we can add our options. So I will remove the choose an item and I'll click on add to add one. And now I can say the display name. So I could say 20% off sports clothes. And then add another one saying buy one shirt, get one free. Had another one that say 15% off equipment, and then I can go on and on and on and add a lot of other choices. But let's say we just did 3, so I click OK. And now when you're going to fill the survey, you just have to click on the little drop down and they're going to get it. 20% off sports clothes, buy one shirt get one free, 15% off equipment. And now my drop down list is done. And now if I want to know the date, let's say that they have filled the survey, I could just add here date and then add here the little thing here, a date picker content control. So now it says click here or tap to enter a date. So click on properties and now there's again the window for the content control properties. The title I put date, content control cannot be deleted, and here I have all the choices that I want to make a date. Let's say I want them to choose it this way. So I'll click on 17th Sep 23rd and I click OK. So now when they get a drop down, they're going to have a little calendar and pick the date that they want. Someone filled in on October 10th. There you go, it is October 10th. You see, it's quite easy. You can just click on today and it will switch it to today. And now let's say that I'm done with my questions, so I can just say thank you to my customers for answering it. Now you see that I have a little background, a little highlighting in my own sentence, my company's logo. So as you know Word already, you can all switch that by going into insert. If you want to insert a picture, do the design to switch the page colors. If I want to change it to orange or to blue or to green, so you can do whatever you want with that. But now our template is done. But we have to make sure that our customers will not be able to modify it and to make changes by, let's say, changing questions and sending it to someone else and do bad things about it or do whatever they want. We don't want that to happen. We want them to answer our questions. So in order to do so, we go on developer once again and we have here in ProTech the little restrict editing button. So that when we click on it, we have that restricted editing button pane that will appear on the right. And now we have the option formatting restrictions. Don't want to format anything. We have editing restrictions. So that's what we want to focus on. So we'll click on the checkbox here that says allow only this type of editing in the document. So now we click on the arrow and we have this. Now I said that I only want my customers to fill in the report. So I click on filling in forms. So now it says that the only editing that it can do is filling in where my plain text controls, my content controls are. And then I just click on yes, start enforcing protection, and I can add a new password if I want. So I just write 123 and 123. That will be my password. And I click OK. And now my template is protected. So I will save it again. I will leave my template, and then I'll just go on my documents and go open. So we can see that we can only time it. If I click here, I am not capable of doing anything. I'm just capable on clicking to have my first name, which is Olivier, and I can't remove the questions. I am not capable of doing so. So my protection has worked. So my favorite, this is my favorite type of products is shoes, and my favorite promotion is 15% off equipment, and the date of today. Now I saved it later as the today, but I could just switch it back to just click here and enter your date. So I switch this September date of today, and I'm ready to send it to Spark Expire. So now everything worked well. My template has been protected, so nobody can switch it. And now you can know how Google Word is user friendly to create templates and surveys, either for companies or just when you're having an event and you want to know how many people is going to participate in it. It is very user friendly and it's very easy to do. So I hope you enjoyed.